Right off the top, we'll get to that breaking news. We've been on the air for nearly the past hour on 2 local congressmen got frightening deliveries, envelopes filled with suspicious substances.
Those letters delivered first to Congressman Scott Rigell's office near Town Center in Virginia Beach, and then to Congressman Randy Forbes, his office in the Greenbrier section of Chesapeake. 10 on Your Side has been on this news with breaking news coverage all day long.
Lauren Compton is in Chesapeake at Congressman Forbes' office. Jason Marks is at Congressman Rigell's office in Virginia Beach. We'll start with Lauren, though. What's the latest there?
Nicole, we're actually out here outside the building. The hazmat team, as you can see behind me, in these white suits and the orange boots here and the yellow hats, they were in probably about a half hour ago. It looks like they're outside. Earlier, fire officials told me that they were going inside to do a preliminary sweep of the building. They told us actually to move back for our own safety. Now, after they do that preliminary sweep, we should find out in the next couple of minutes whether the building is going to be evacuated. But I just spoke with the Chesapeake Fire Department spokesperson who told me that the unidentified substance is still inside of the building. A staffer opened that up. He told me that that staffer was not injured during this process. He just washed his hands and then called 911 immediately. The fire department is keeping this scene very secure out here, not letting anyone in or out of the building at this time, really just kind of keeping it contained out here. But right now, the hazmat crew is trying to determine if this substance is dangerous or not, and that's what's kind of been going on out here for the last 30 minutes to 45 minutes ago. Nicole?
All right, Lauren, thank you for the latest there at Congressman Forbes' office in Chesapeake. Let's head over now to Jason Marks at Congressman Rigell's office in Virginia Beach.
And Jason, what's the story there?
Well, I can tell you that the last few staffers that were here today have just left. They said they had no comment on the way out, but they said we're all right. Now, this whole thing started just before 2 o'clock. Let's take you through the story here. We're at Scott Rigell's office, his district office here in Virginia Beach, right off of Euclid Road. And here's what happened. Just before 2 o'clock, one of the staff officers were opening up letters. And as she's opening up this envelope, a red solid substance that was kind of crumbled up came out. So that's when they went ahead and they called the Virginia Beach Fire Department. They brought in hazmat team. The hazmat went in there with the suits on, and they started to test that substance. Now, we're told that they tested the substance on a broad scale. They were looking for anything from anthrax to biohazards to acids to anything with spores, and everything came back negative. So that's good news. That substance now is being taken to Richmond, to the crime lab there, where it's going to be tested. We're told in 96 hours they should know what that substance was. Now, the congressman was not here at the time. They did call in the FBI along with Homeland Security. They're comparing notes with that scene that Lauren's at right now in Chesapeake to figure out if this is the same person or not. Now, as far as that envelope that came in, there was a letter attached to that envelope. We're told that letter in no way was threatening, but it was written on some sort of hot political topic. Chief Riley from the Virginia Beach Fire Department wouldn't tell me the context of that letter, but he just said it was some sort of hot political topic, in no way threatening towards the congressman. Now, also on the other side of that envelope, obviously had a return address. So they do have investigators going to see if they can track that person down. As we mentioned, the FBI is here. They are investigating this. So this is still very much developing. But that's the latest here in Virginia Beach. Now back to you guys.
All right, Jason Marks reporting live outside Congressman Rigell's office.
All right, and now we want to go to Battalion Chief Tim Riley with the Virginia Beach Fire Department.
And first off, thank you for joining us once again, but we have two different situations here, one outside Forbes' office and one at Congressman Rigell's office. Who would determine if these cases are connected? Which agencies?
Well, the FBI, is embedded with us. They were at both scenes. We obviously share notes. At the command posts, all these, none of these decisions are made in a vacuum. So it's a collaborated effort. And then as this scene was winding down, we just learned of the Randy Forbes incident. So obviously, with emails and smartphones, we sent pictures of what the evidence we had and copies of the letters and everything else. And I'm not 100% familiar with what's going on in Chesapeake.
So you all seem to wrap up fairly quickly there and determine that that substance in Virginia Beach was non-hazardous. Is the process does it usually work like that? Because we are, of course, still waiting to hear about the Chesapeake office.
Well, we were on scene for 3 hours, so we do what's called presumptive testing. It's broad-based testing. These are, our hazardous material team has the testing material to look for proteins, acids, poisons, and it rules them out in the broad-based category. So then we can say, okay, it's not a biohazard, it's not this, but we still, because it's a federal building, a federal agency, we want to know exactly what this product is. So we do think it's benign. It's being transported to via courier to the crime lab so we can have product-specific identification.
All right, Battalion Chief Tim Riley from Virginia Beach Fire Department, thank you so much for joining us and giving us the latest there on the situation in Virginia Beach. We are making lots of phone calls. We have calls into Capitol Police, to the FBI. We also called NBC News Channel just to see if any other congressional offices across the country reported anything like this happening, and they told us no.
That's right. Now, here's the bottom line on this breaking story. Investigators are looking into suspicious substances mailed to the offices of Congressman Scott Rigell and Congressman Randy Forbes. Officials say Rigell's package contained a letter of a political nature. Crews remain on the scene of the incident at Congressman Forbes' office. Capitol Police have also been notified and will be involved in the investigation. The substances are being sent to Richmond for analysis. We will continue to follow this breaking story throughout our 90 minutes of news.
That's right.